Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
It's your Classic Metal Show right here on theclassicmetalshow.com. That's David Lee Roth from A Little Ain't Enough release, and that's called It's Showtime, featuring the guitar work of none other than Jason Becker, Chris. And I know you've been working on this for weeks, and as everybody knows that Jason Becker was struck down with, what is it, Lou Gehrig's disease?
Yeah, or ALS is the official name, but it's definitely Lou Gehrig's disease.
Right, and as you know, Jason is pretty incapacitated at this point, and the only way he can communicate is through blinking. Is that right?
That's, as far as I know, yes. He's 100% handicapped or stuck in a wheelchair, but he took the time to answer our questions through his computer, and figured maybe we do an interview with him tonight.
Well, excellent. Well, through the miracle of modern technology, we are bringing you Jason Becker to the Classic Metal Show. So, well, Jason, first of all, congratulations on the release of Collection, considering the situation you're in with your health and how it stopped you from arguably becoming one of the elite players ever. It's still pretty amazing how influential your music has become for so many. Are you surprised at the interest people continue to have in your work?
Thank you very much. Actually, I am not surprised. I don't know, maybe I should be. I guess I have always tried to make interesting and unique music, and people hear that. As a matter of fact, I would be more surprised if people weren't interested in my music.
Jason, it's still very impressive that you still compose music. Can you talk a little bit about Logic Pro and how you discovered that you would be able to use it?
Logic Pro is what my co-producer and buddy, Dan Alvarez, uses for his music. It just made sense to use that. I use MIDI instruments to compose, and Logic makes that easy. Dan and my friends, Franklin and Mike B., gave me lessons on how to use it, and also helped when I got stuck on how to do something. Dan and I could take whatever the other was working on to our own studios without having to convert anything.
Jason, your playing career was short, but definitely had its share of huge highlights. When you look back at it, what moment of your career do you look back and go, wow, I can't believe I gotten this far?
It was all like a dream. I guess the Roth gig was the biggest thing. When I first heard Van Halen in junior high, I thought they were so incredible. To be a little part of their history was pretty damn cool. At the time, having Mike Varney call me when I was 16 was very exciting. Getting to meet and play with Marty Friedman was definitely the biggest gift of all.
Your list of friends is a who's who of the guitar, with great players like Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Greg Howe, Marty Friedman, and others all lending their talents to your work. Does it thrill you that they are so willing to jump on board and play your work?
I can't even tell you how thrilling it is. I don't feel any different from when I was a kid in school being a fan of players like this. I remembered hearing the Flexible album and Satriani's generic album. I had posters of every guitar player hanging in my room, even if I wasn't necessarily a big fan of theirs. I had respect for all players. So, to be considered as a peer to these brilliant players is such an honor.
Jason, how'd you get involved with Paradise Guitars?
My old friend, David, got me in touch with them. We all wanted to recreate the numbered fretboard guitar I had designed back when I was with David Lee Roth. I love the guitar. It has an alderwood body, DiMarzio pickups in 5 different colors, a tongue oil finish, and a maple neck with 24 frets. It plays like my old guitars, fast and easy. I like to be able to easily reach the 24th fret. I like jumbo yet thin frets. I designed the headstock because that is important to me. We all worked closely on all aspects of it. I have wanted to make this available to my fans for many years, and Paradise made this a priority. They added a really cool feature. The Floyd Rose Pro floats like I always liked, but you can also lock the bridge into place. You can easily detune that way.
Jason, what kind of involvement did you have on the development of the Jason Becker signature guitar?
I was involved in every aspect of it. It was relatively easy because I had done most of the design years ago.
I'm sure you caught the latest Van Halen craze. What are your thoughts about David Lee Roth returning to Van Halen?
I think it is great. I know Dave is happy. From what I saw on them, they sound great. It is fun for all of us older Van Halen fans.
What are your thoughts about Marty Friedman's post-Megadeth career, as well as Megadeth continuing on without Marty?
I think Marty can do no wrong. He is so innovative and brilliant. He does everything with passion. His futuristic CD is kick-ass and full of energy. His work with Japanese artists and orchestras is beautiful and so awesome to see. Of course, his best work is on my new CD. I haven't listened to post-Marty Megadeth, but I am sure it is cool. I really dig Dave Mustaine. Megadeth is good without Marty. He just put them way over the top, in my opinion.
Jason, most people have no idea how they would handle a situation like yours. When you were told you had ALS and had 3 years to live, how did you deal with that?
Believe it or not, I was totally chill. I didn't know what ALS did, and I didn't want to know. I didn't believe I had a terminal disease. I went about my life. I dealt with my limp and slowly progressing weakness with the idea that it would go away. I was always positive about it. I did get frustrated if I fell down or if my playing was weak, but what could I do besides try treatments and stay as busy as possible with my music and life? ALS just made me more motivated.
Jason, what gets into your mind when you will yourself to beat the odds and live as long as you have?
Tough question. I like to live and I do what it takes to make that happen. Of course, it also takes a lot of people to help me with that. I don't think we are just the body. We are love. Walking doesn't define who I am.
I'd like to know, Jason, if you had your way, would your legacy be about your guitar playing or how you've survived?
Without a doubt, it would be my music. Actually, whatever people get from me is good. Some people need me to be the inspirational handicapped guy. That is fine, but I see myself more as a musician. It is all cool.
Jason, what can people do to help? Is there a place that they can donate money that will go directly to you?
The best thing people can do to help is, if they like my music, buy it instead of downloading it for free. I can understand if this isn't possible in these difficult times. It is just that music is my job and I can't tour anymore. Having said that, the P.O. box on my website goes directly to me.
Well, Jason, we want to thank you for your time and continued success with beating the odds.
Thank you so very much.
Thanks for checking out the Best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.
The Classic Metal Show.